Hey, what's up? It's your boy Don the King, and we're back with another video. Now, for the past couple of days, there's been this Montreal TikToker that go by the name PinkyDoll, and she's basically, going viral lately for doing this, these NPC TikTok live stream. And if you don't know what that is, basically what you're doing is like, mimicking a robot, mimicking like a video game character, where based on the reaction she get in the comments or the virtual gifts she get in the comment section, she start acting like a robot and start act like a video game character each time she gets a new comment. Now originally I didn't want to talk about this story because I don't want to give this situation any more attention. Pretty stupid when you look at it, but the reason why I cover is because this has started evolve into a big problem for the city of Montreal, a huge problem. So if you don't know what I'm talking about what she be doing, here's an example.
Yeah, strong woman, grab. Yeah, strong woman. Yeah, strong. Take your Tony. Can I eat it? So cute. Balloon. Take your Anna. Take your Maya.
Fully done.
And the crazy thing where her doing this is concerned is that she be getting hundreds upon thousands of viewers in a live stream, with so many people in the comment section paying her and giving her tips to act like this, and she be making $7,000 a day on TikTok while doing this kind of stuff. And the thing that's even more crazier is they have a whole bunch of people on TikTok trying to copy exactly what you're doing. There's been like so many people trying to mimic this kind of thing, and you have celebrities like Tamar Braxton showing support, and the producer Timbaland, who not only showed support, he literally was the top viewer in her live stream, and basically took a clip of one of those live stream and made a sample beat out of it.
Timbaland! Pat, amazing. Pat, amazing. Pat, that's been so good. That's been so good. That's been so
I'm in that
good.
bitch Dooch. I'm in that bitch Dooch.
That's been so
I'm in that
good.
bitch Dooch. Hop in the cooch. I don't need no friends. Cartier legs. Maybach bags. Think someone tell her to pass. If I like or not. Look at my watch. Look at my watch. Shawty gon' fuck for the crowd of the guap.
This nigga is trash.
And you got YouTubers with millions of subscribers that's talking about what this girl is doing. Now I want you to keep in mind as you're watching this video that this is a grown woman. This is a grown 27-year-old woman. Even though that she be lying and saying that she 19 on social media, and she also have an OnlyFans too, she lie about her age, and that's why fine don't make no sense at all. I don't know why she'll lie about her age. Like, what is it, like a strategy to appeal to like a certain demographic of people? If she lie about her age, she think what she gonna be more successful, she lie about her age and say she 19. I don't know, it's pretty weird though. Now this is a very big problem for the city of Montreal because as I told you before, she's a Montreal TikToker, so that means that hundreds upon thousands of people is following her and could see that she's from Montreal. And that's a problem because, like I mentioned before, this is how sad it is. This is sad how extremely low the bar has been set. Remember, there used to be a time back then where if you want to, make it from Montreal, you had to put in the work, and you had to work, 10 times harder than the average person. Because as like what I mentioned in my interview with Holden Stefan Roy of Behind That Suit, I mentioned that there are a couple of problems that is affecting the Montreal scene as a whole, which affect English artists, but this affect more than just English artists, everyone else in the city. And I mentioned some of those issues are, the language barrier, where if you don't know what the language barrier is, it's like this. In the 1970s in Quebec, there was a bill that was passed, or a law that was passed, called Bill 101, which officially made Quebec recognized as a French-speaking province, made French the official language for Quebec, meaning that in order for you to make it in Quebec, you have to speak in French. Now where a law like that is concerned, it could be very easy for discrimination to exist for English speaking people, because where a law like this is concerned, if a person is French, just because of the fact that the French automatically provided more opportunities compared to English speaking people. And it's more crazier where if you're a person in Quebec and you don't have to know French, even if you don't know French. If you were to have like a French last name, like Roy, Gagna, and Trude, if you were to have like a French last name, automatically you'll be presented with more, job opportunities. Like you're 10 times more likely to get employed working at a job. Or if you're an English speaking person in this province, you have to work 10 times harder to get certain opportunities, because certain opportunities just not going to exist for English speaking people. And French down here is really complicated to learn as it is already. So that's what also make it hard for English speaking people to succeed in Quebec. So as a result, where that's concerned, a lot of people end up moving out of Quebec. A lot of people, if they want to achieve success in a certain field, they have to make a name for themselves in another city or in another country. And that kind of stuff has been made more worse when a couple of years ago the Quebec government passed a bill called Bill 96, which is a bill to protect the French language, which is basically which forces English speaking people to speak in French if they want to survive. So basically, if you want to survive here, you must speak in French. Basically, like a lot of forces people to speak French. And as a result of the language barrier, basically where this province is concerned, the province is gonna be pushing more French artists, more French acts, because it's a French province. Meanwhile, where the English artist is concerned, they have to work hard to get that success. Like for example, is like with the Montreal Cipher of 2021, where they did like an English version, a French version of the cipher, where the French version of the cipher have like 107,000 views, while as for the English version of the cipher, it has 14,000 views. You can really see the big difference there. In my interview with Holden Stefan Roy, I also mentioned that there are other problems that's affecting the Montreal scene, where you have a lot of people that's not being themselves. You have some people that's being someone they're not by giving off a certain facade or a certain image that's not reflective of the kind of person they are. And I also mentioned that you have a lot of people that feel they already made it already. You have a lot of people that is not humble, that feel that they already made it, they're already at the top and they're really at the bottom. What I mentioned in that video is quite relevant in this situation where PinkyDoll is concerned, especially the part where I mentioned that you have a lot of people in Montreal that's trying to put on a facade. Like if you wanted to make it in Montreal, I remember there used to be a time where if you want to make it in Montreal or put the city on the map, like I said, especially if you're an English person, you have to work 10 times harder than the average person. You gotta pay big bucks of money, you gotta go to another country, or you gotta have connections in order for you to succeed as a person in Montreal. There's a lot of backhand stuff you have to do. It can't come to that easily, and that's a perfect example of how low the bar has been set, because now it's to the point where it literally takes dumbing down yourself and embarrassing the whole city in order for someone to put Montreal on the map and to succeed from Montreal. And it's even more worse too with a lot of these Montreal promo pages. They be like literally charging $1,000 for an artist to get on the page, and them pages be literally making it difficult for an artist to get on the page. It's like a year ago where there was like this Montreal promo page that followed me on Instagram, and he saw that he offered free music promotion. So I went in his DMs and I asked if he could promote my video. Mind you, when I hit him up, this happened Saturday, asked him if he could promote my video, because he mentioned that his main goal is to put the underground music scene on the map, especially the English scene. So he said okay, he would post it the next day, which would be Sunday. He would post it quick as soon as possible. Tuesday came, he didn't post the promo, and I asked him, hey, you're supposed to post this on Sunday, what happened, like what's going on? And right after I sent that, he blocked me right after. And I took that as a big insult, because how is it that you're treating your artists from your own city like that, and you're talking about that the page is meant to showcase the best of the underground English music scene, and that's how you treat the artists? That's a perfect example just how difficult it is to get on some of these pages in the city, and of how difficult it is to get on some of these pages, especially with a lot of them charging thousands of dollars to get on. This is the kind of stuff, this is the kind of filth that they want to, show attention towards. Really showcasing the embarrassment of the city of Montreal. And the sad part is that these people care absolutely nothing about the city. They don't care nothing about put on the city. They just care about themselves. And as a result, this is giving a real bad reflection upon the city of Montreal. Really embarrassing the city to the point when people looking in, people who's not from the city looking and seeing how she acting or where she from, they think the whole of us is like that. They think Montreal is just a bunch of degenerates. And I remember I came across this tweet yesterday. This tweet is deleted now, so I can't put in this video. But this person mentioned that PinkyDoll sound like that she got a disability. Or is that how people from Montreal speak? And yeesh, if you're from a city, if you're from a city and someone misrepresenting your city, that's the last thing you want to hear someone say about your city. There was also another tweet I saw too where this person said PinkyDoll is African and lives in Montreal. Y'all are breeding some interesting people over there. Like, this is extreme embarrassment for the city. And yet, and let me say one thing. The vast majority of reviewers are people from America, meaning that barely any people in Montreal watch your content. And yet when nobody don't want to watch that embarrassing stuff, watch that embarrassment, she want to talk down the city and complain about lack of support when people just don't want to watch and support that degeneracy.
Hi, it's your girl PinkyDoll. I know I be popping lately, yes. But how come it's only the US people who is talking about me, share my things, put me in the blog? I'm like everywhere, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever what you want, okay? You can Google it, like search for it, I'm here. But when you look for a Montreal person who have a blog or anything like this, nothing. They haven't said nothing. You know what I say? Montreal people don't want to see Montreal people win. And that's on God, period. I say what I say. Don't come after me. Because one day you're going to see your rappers say yes, yes, yes. And now you're going to come for me? No, I don't want that love. Keep that same energy, period. Like, bye. I'm good. Montreal haters. I say what I say.
Shut your goddamn ass up.
Like, if you want true support from the, yes, I understand that Montreal, is hard to get by, but you're gonna have some support. You're gonna have a good amount of support from the city if you just put in the work, if you just make better content. It's like this one song Deuce God made called What Kind of King. Very good song. And he basically mentioned in the song,
What kind of king talk down on him city?
And
to be king, you have to be crowned. Without the city behind you, man, you're just a fucking clown.
And the thing that's more embarrassing too at the same time is that this woman is also using her son as a way to promote her OnlyFans. And how is she doing that, you may ask? Well, she have an OnlyFans, so she called out, people, for leaking her accounts, because I do a lot of people that, leaking her OnlyFans for free on Twitter and basically on a lot of social media sites. So she thought it would be a good idea to make this one video of her, bursting fake crocodile tears, talk about, oh, this is so bad, how come you're leaking my videos. She's complaining about people leaking her videos on multiple Twitter accounts. Then she wanna start crying and start saying that this is gonna be very embarrassing because she don't want her kids, she don't want a kid to look at her in that kind of manner. Don't want to look at her, getting hoed out, getting piped down. So it's embarrassing when people leak it, but it's not embarrassing when that's what you put on the internet in the first place.
I was reading the comments and someone say there's 12 Twitter out here with my stuff on it. All my stuff on it for free. Like, do you really think that I was not going to be a woman one day, a wife or something? Like, if I want to erase my life, I cannot anymore because of people like you. You just expose everything. Like, I have a kid. One day he might gonna go on it and see it. Say his mommy doing stuff you're not supposed to see. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? This is insane. Why? Why are you gonna take my stuff and put it here? It's not yours. It's not your business. I can never go back because of you. This is insane.
This mindset in America, in the Western world, is a sickness. It is deviant and we do not want it.
This is just her way of indirectly promoting her OnlyFans, because people gonna be interested to check what's the big commotion, and just like that she just got another subscriber at the expense of her own son's future, cause that's embarrassing for a son. Imagine, put yourself in that son's position. Imagine growing up in a household, you're a little kid, then you end up finding out that your mother is doing this kind of thing on social media, embarrassing herself, not only being on OnlyFans and getting smashed down, but also acting worse than a little child, acting worse than a little kid. You're bound to get bullied. Like, that kid is gonna get bullied for sure. Most definitely that kid gonna get bullied for sure. And to make things even worse, there's this one TikTok live stream where the kid is acting crazy, and as she's acting as a character like ice cream, she quickly break character, ice cream, hey, cut that out, then go back to playing as that character.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, vas-y, va mettre ça dans ta chambre, c'est pas un jouet. Balloon. Meow.
Like, imagine you're a kid and this is how your mother is acting, and mind you, she is 27 years old. You really can't go anywhere in public without anybody laughing at you. That kid is gonna have a very rough time going in high school. Matter of fact, he can't go to high school. He literally can't. Like, a lot of these kids is gonna be suffering from the sins of the parents, especially suffer from the sins of the mother. And the worst part about it, these people don't want to look at it for that perspective. They just gonna think that's not gonna have an impact on the kid, but it will. And the sad part about it too is that you have a lot of people that's supporting this talk about, oh, she's making her money, oh, she's getting her bag, at least she's making money, at least she's putting the city on the map. You just know that we've entered a fallen state where the amount of money a person makes is justification for them selling their soul to the devil. That's the time that we literally reach right now, and it's such a sad time. And what good is all that money if you can't even look at yourself in the mirror the same, if you can't even go to sleep at night with all that stuff you're doing? Like, you may think it's not gonna affect you now, but eventually when you're doing this kind of stuff, it's gonna affect you in the future. And even if it doesn't affect you, it's gonna affect someone close to you. It's gonna either affect your parents or it's gonna affect your kid, and your kid is gonna be suffering the most, because it's all fun and games till the kid's future end up getting destroyed and the kid don't feel no reason to live anymore. And what are they gonna say then? What are you gonna say when your kid reached the point of suicide as a result of your action literally ruin that kid's life? Because it's going to ruin that kid's life. It's going to ruin that kid's life. Because one figure say, ain't no worth for money when you're literally lowering down your value, lowering down your integrity. Because once you lower your integrity, once you got no integrity, you got nothing. Once you got no value, you got nothing. Money can't buy that. Money can't fill that void. Yes, money can buy material things, but money can't fill up that void. Because eventually there's going to be a time where you're going to get older. You're going to go in your 80s. You're going to go into your 90s. You're going to go into your 100s. Matter of fact, you even go to your 50s. How are you going to feel when you feel that, you don't want to be a part of this anymore? Because what are you going to do when you reach to the point where your mind has changed? You don't want no part of that lifestyle, and you want your old life back. You're not going to get your old life back. People's gonna remember you of how low you sold yourself just to get that money. And no matter where you go, people's gonna remember you for the kind of degenerate that you allow yourself to become in order to get the money. Because there's a lot of situations where in Hollywood, you have a lot of people wishing that they had their old life back. You have a lot of people that regret selling their soul for fame. You have some people that regret, put on the dress for fame, participate in sexual immorality, sacrificing someone they love the most. And they feel very bad for what they did, because that not only affected their life, that affected their family's life. That's why I have a lot of celebrities right now that be either committing suicide or getting hooked up on drugs, getting addicted to drugs, end up dying from drug overdose. Eventually, the stupid choices you make now will come back and haunt you. Because my main question were, we allow these people to slide doing this kind of stuff, because that's when the problem is going to continue to get worse. That's when there's a problem, when we continue to let every little thing slide. We don't think it's a big deal, we don't think it's a big deal till end up spiraling into something big and disastrous. Because my main question where this kind of stuff is concerned, or a situation like this is concerned, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? We already reached a point where, like, you know, that's enough, you know, this is terrible, you know, we gotta stop this, we gotta put an end to this. At what point do you reach that point? It does have to take something tragic to happen for us to realize that, you know, it's terrible, man, we should have never got this far. Like, I'm wondering if we're ever gonna reach that point, because I could tell you this from now, it's only gonna get worse from here on out. People are gonna do a lot more worse of things, and it's gonna continue getting worse, getting worse, getting worse, getting worse, till something extremely tragic happen, till you all come to the point that, you know, this is terrible. We shouldn't allow this to happen. I pray and hope you don't reach that point, but of how it's going right now, it seems like that's the kind of time we're heading. So yeah, that's my thoughts about this whole situation. You know, pretty embarrassing time to be from Montreal. So, you know, hope y'all enjoy this video. And before I end this video, I'm gonna, you know, let you know some real content creators in Montreal that's trying hard to put the city on the map, like Abba Preach, Ariel Fitzpatrick, Renzo Dashington, Sven Telemank, Gem Talk, Kev Do Too Much, you know, Behind That Suit, Young Clips, your boy Ezzy, Simply Dimples. Those are some of the real content creators in Montreal that's trying to put the city on the map. Not this kind of generous city right here. Them kind of people ain't putting the city on the map. They just focus on themselves. These are some of the people from the city that's trying to put it on by them being a content creator. So hopefully y'all check them out. And this is Donna King. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and peace.